Good morning. Let's just call it a morning because that's very barista-ish. Welcome one and all to another episode of The Angry Barista, the angriest barista on this side of the Mississippi. I shit you not. Joining me today are two people who are very important to my own personal development.
Oh,
These guys help me with my character development. Joining me at my side today is Mr. Omar Sarag, aka the Screamer,
be amazing.
the meanest Screamer. And I got Mr. Rocco Vatolo on the other end of the computer over
What
here.
up? What up? Thank you for having me.
Real quick, of course, bro. First of all, real quick, I just wanted to say, we've been breaking tradition a lot. This show is like, I meant for it to be a thing where like I could brew people coffee on the spot.
that sounds
I ain't got
really
no damn coffee, Jan.
I ain't got no damn
Where's
coffee.
my damn coffee?
Where's my coffee? But it's kind of, in a way, it's evolved into a thing that's become somewhat more special to me than even like sticking to like a gimmick of like making coffee every episode or whatever. It's like I've gotten to talk to so many new people that I wouldn't have had full conversations with if not for sitting down and doing a podcast. And then I've also talked to a lot of older friends that I'm just starting to do a full circle on right now.
I was telling him, dude, we've literally gone full circle from like being in your basement years ago, like in high school.
like a true person who helps everyone with character development. I am still in my basement. I have not evolved since. So I am.
That's not true.
I am the.
Me and Omar are just in a different basement right now.
We're just literally in a different basement.
No, I fucking miss you guys. It's funny. I was talking to Sus, and because a while back, Jan, you came through, and we were all like, oh, we gotta get everybody back together. We gotta get everybody together. And then fucking COVID happened. And that's like every single podcast. There's like at least 2 minutes that is dedicated to, and then fucking COVID happened. but really fitting my white rapper persona now. But there's and we were all like, oh, we gotta get everybody back together, shit like that. So I miss you motherfuckers, and I'm really happy that we could sit together and fucking bullshit for a while.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this makes me happy.
This is a second best for me. This is like not as good as like actually getting drunk in Rocco's basement and crying about the old days, but it's like it's like a second best. Hold on, I'm just gonna shut a door that keeps swaying in the wind real quick.
Do it.
Nice to fucking see you, buddy.
I know, I fucking miss you.
Dude, I'm always around your house, and I'm just like, I wonder what Rocco's doing right now.
So it's kind of slightly unrelated, but kind of related. And this kind of affects it. Kind of funny because I said like, I'm not like going out for any projects or podcasts, shit like that because of COVID. I don't want to bring COVID here. And what happened was fucking COVID just ended up coming here anyway. So I've been in the house for like 2 weeks. Just
to leave the house for 2 weeks?
No, I haven't because my mom got it. And she's been upstairs the whole time. So.
Damn. Hopefully nobody else in your family's got it or
no, everybody's good. She just got over it. But
hell yeah.
So I've been in here for 2 weeks with no contact. So I know I said I wasn't coming out because I didn't want to get COVID from you guys, but now I ended up having COVID in my house. So fucking I'm the dick here.
You know what's crazy to me? It's so crazy that like I feel like most of the people who have not been careful at all type shit have not even gotten close to COVID. And then
this is it's so funny you mentioned it's really the I like decided to just like drop out of high school and now for some reason I'm making six figures and everybody else who went to mad college is in mad debt. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. It's always like the opposite of what you expect, kind of,
exactly.
Right? Man, sometimes I wish I didn't waste time in college, but then other times I'm like, there's definitely a lot of like bullshit in college that I went through that was character development in itself. True. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True. I'm glad I didn't fucking go.
I
am not in
I mean, both ways, I'm still like a SoundCloud rapper, so I didn't really like come up both ways. So you know what?
It works. Still works.
Hey man, listen, but we're doing big things now. You know, I got a podcast that literally 3
Yeah.
people listen to. You know, it's all love, bro. But I
Yeah.
mean, Mr. Rocco's got a whole ass Instagram page that's a bussin' with
fucking
lo-fi hip hop.
Yeah.
I
this
don't
guy
know
over
who
here.
who's that? Where is he?
My son called us when you had the door closed to your little booth thing. Like it looked like it looked like you were in R. Kelly's dungeon for a second. I was
That's
like,
how
where is he?
That's how I got all the followers. It's like a sell your soul kind of thing. But yeah, I love everybody over it in the community. Well, not everybody. There are a lot of assholes, but all the people that are really awesome, they all know who they are. Really awesome people. I met a lot of dope heads. And just a lot of artists that I like really loved before I started it. And now I just like got to know. And shouts to all them, everybody in the community. Well, a lot of people in the community are really awesome, and they're really like pushing the sound forward. So
did you get to work with anybody that you met via lo-fi hip hop yet, or like, are you trying to collab with anybody that you met in that world?
So kind of. So when I first started it, I don't know if you guys remember, or it was kind of like a little low key, but I like when I first started the page, I actually started it because I was making these compilations for the community, and I was like, oh, I should make it like an Instagram to promote it. And that Instagram ended up becoming way more than it was meant to be. But that I made a couple compilation projects, and it was all with people like either like they sent me beats or we collabed on beats. For the most part, though, I haven't. There are a couple of like really talented heads that I go back and forth with. I'm like, yo, we should collab, yada yada, and we just never ended up doing it. And then we gotta get our quota in. Then COVID happened, and wasn't able to get out. But at some point it will. I really been wanting to do, and then COVID happened, like a big get together, have everybody, all the heads come through, just network and have a little party shit. But obviously we can't do that right now, but eventually we will.
Because like I feel like so many artists were just on that verge of just like, all right, sweet. Let's get this shit fucking rolling. Let's just have a party. And it's like, hey, you got to stay home, buddy. Yeah.
Psych.
You ain't got no more money, buddy.
I feel like
stay home.
Our immediate circle, and I'm not even just trying to say this to be like that, like, oh, I hope we blow up, guys. But I feel like our immediate circle was like right before COVID happened, was just doing things like we had shit like the people was about like this person's about to get this 360 deal, and then like COVID happened.
I was funny at the studio the last weekend before shutdown. Like we had just recorded 2 songs with Vanity, and it was like, all right, sweet, fuck yeah, let's fucking go. And then it's literally like, oh, the world is shut down. Sorry, bud.
It's funny. I feel like I had a bit of the opposite effect, which was I was like, as you guys might have kind of gathered from my personal artistry, I hadn't fucking released anything in many years because I was on like a crazy hiatus, and just like work was kicking my ass. And then COVID happened, and I was like, hold up, I forgot like that I could be a person. Like I don't like my life isn't just working at this fucking studio. And obviously, everything happened. I ended up leaving the studio, and I kind of like got my drive to make music back. And I mean, obviously it kind of sucks because it was like, damn, I wish I would have had that, when the world was fucking open. But now
you've gotten all that time to just like work up even bigger library and just fucking get shit popping.
Yeah, and it's just I feel like sometimes you got to go with the waves, right? Like there are days or weeks even that I'm like not with any type of writing or any type, like I'm not producing really. I'm not sitting down. I don't like the idea of creating shit. But then there's like the couple days straight or the couple weeks straight where you're just like overdrive, like new idea every single day, like couple of song ideas started every day or whatever. Like, and I feel like the more you fight that, the less shit sounds authentic.
Yes. And it's really funny because I remember like maybe like circa 2015, right? I had like a giant boost of inspiration for many years, and I wrote OD like every day. I wrote 2 or 3 songs, right? And then I really hit that like low point. I want to say like around the time of Don't Work, so like 2017, 18 maybe. And I realize now, like to put it into perspective, is like I was really treated, and I feel like a lot of people had the same realization. I was really treating music and art like, you know, the corporate world, where it's like, oh, I need to get my quota, and it's like that's just not a healthy way to create and produce music and just be an artist.
Creative
exactly
being a creator.
And now that I can actually enjoy myself and do it when I want to, I'm like, oh shit, it's like high school again, where I actually was like driven to do this, you know?
Yeah. You were hungry for it.
Exactly. And at some point you just kind of like, it just kind of becomes like you're going through the motions, and that's not how you should be creating art, you know? It's not
Absolutely
fucking a day
not.
job.
I credit you, Rocco, and I also list you on a lot of my job applications as a reference. But I credit you as one of my mentors in audio engineering. And as far as like, I'm sitting here at my own studio that I rent out separately as a separate expense to my crib. You know what I mean? Like I share it with a couple dudes, so it's not like mine, but it's like mine coming from. Before I met you, I was like really just fucking around on an iPad, on GarageBand, on the iPad.
I was just telling him, like, bro, like, I have that standard for like people that I work with now, where it's like, yo, you got to be self-sufficient. Like, you gotta, you know, you gotta put something on the table, because like, if there's no drive and you're not with it to like just constantly strive to be a better like musician and just, you know, just make some pop and shit, then like I don't want it anymore. I'm Gucci.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, Jan, because it's like you always hit me, yo, you know, like I feel like, you know, you really helped me get, and it's always funny because it's like yeah, I don't realize how much y'all helped me. Like if it wasn't for you guys, like I don't feel like I'd be where I am now. You know, I consider you, you know, you guys, like, I know I seemed like I knew what the fuck I was talking about, but I had no clue what I was doing when I was working.
Oh no.
Oh, we got the laggy lag.
We got the lags. Rocco, are you still there?
I don't even light it yet.
No. Am I going to have to demonetize this video on YouTube?
Really? Because of this?
Maybe. I mean,
I always cherish that.
Oh, well, wait, yo, bro, you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to hit me with all of that again.
Sorry.
I know. One more time.
I just noticed. I'll backtrack a little bit. But basically, I was saying, like, I consider the experience that I had with you guys and you know, like, you're always telling me, like, yo, like, I feel like I learned a lot working with you and this, that, and the third. It's like, damn, I feel like I learned a lot working with you guys. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, like, I wouldn't be half of the musician and engineer, et cetera, that I am today. And, you know, a big part of that is just kind of like being thrown in and having to learn on the spot. And I feel like that kind of experience is, you can't really pay for that.
I love that, like, we could all kind of like thank each other for that, because you guys literally like was my first studio experience working with you guys. And what the fuck I was doing. And literally I could say like I became a better musician, like both like in terms of skill and just like knowledge because of you guys. So like shout out to all of us. Hell yeah.
All right, I love us.
Drop those pants, boys. I'm about to suck some.
Self-suck, baby. Self-suck over here. It's remote sucking.
Yo, I can't wait for somebody to clip that out. I can't wait. But it's amazing to me, like, just that learning the symbiosis of the relationship that we all had, and like we all like coming up in the way that we've come up is I've just point of my video where I'm gonna have to demonetize it on YouTube.
I know, you're gonna have to just blur that out.
No, I mean it's probably
funny though.
Yo.
That would be funny.
Honestly, I might have to. Imagine like
I also just put this away.
No, bro,
I love honestly, it. It's the vibe.
Do you just walk to the? We're gonna walk to the window to ash it out the window because I didn't get my my little ashtray going yet. But anyways, wow, yeah, no, like the nature of our relationship has always been symbiotic, and I feel like a lot of that we didn't get to see until now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, where it's like putting all this years later, mm-hmm. where it's like we're kind of we're kind of now only coming into ourselves as people. I would say, mm-hmm. like, yeah, 100%. Into the personalities that we ourselves sculpted and not our families or our circumstances Amen. Put forward. So it's kind of, It's awesome. I just want to say thank you. I brought that up really because I wanted to say thank you to you guys.
No, and the thing is, like, I almost feel like I can't accept it because I feel like you guys gave me more than I could give you. You know, it's like I appreciate it so much, and the love and gratitude is always appreciated, and I feel the same with you guys. So it's always love. This is just like one big hugging session. Yeah, right. Is that you can tell a bunch of people haven't been out for mad months.
OD. I've even started. So I've started getting into, as you can see, like we're just gonna be catching each other up on lives because it's also gonna be my first episode I'm dropping in at least a couple of weeks. So where I've got to catch up whoever's listening on live too. But
yeah. Not
only have I been getting into podcasting a lot lately, but I've also been getting into stand up and comedy. Not like me myself doing it.
Yeah.
But I've been finding myself watching a lot more comedy and listening to more podcasts and shit. Are there podcasts that you guys are listening to right now besides the Angry Barista that are fire that you like?
A lot of murder podcasts and shit like that, and like old weird mysteries. So I think that's just really cool. But like I haven't in a while though, so I've been slacking on that.
So friendly plug here. Shout out to the homies. Other than the Angry Barista, which everyone should listen to. The only other, like, I don't really listen to podcasts, but I have a couple homies over at Hot for Creature who they just review creature features. Awesome, really cool dudes. I was on there for an episode a while back talking about some like samurai wolf movie. It was crazy, but great podcast. And I feel like I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts, and I should, but I don't know.
I think a lot of podcasts take themselves way too seriously.
Yes.
And I model the idea behind the Angry Barista wasn't just to have like a sit down long form podcast where I serve people coffee, but it was more to like have it was like kind of to have like that long form comedy digesting the world around us kind of situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like where it's I would recommend all the big comedy podcasts that you guys might have heard of, like Joe Rogan, fucking Tiger Belly or whatever, like you know, those podcasts. I would definitely recommend those to you guys because of not just because I agree with like all the fanboy kind of like people who agree with these people on these podcasts do, but like because of the way that they're structured, where it's like, oh, here's the world happening, and then here are these like entertaining idiots reacting to the world. An opinion, you know. I like that.
Yeah, I fuck with that. You know, it's funny. Most of the time, I don't want to hear people's opinions until they put a microphone in front of their face. I don't know what that is. I don't know what kind of like.
Mic is that? Like, now I'm listening.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, great.
It's the appeal of like if you've got the charisma or the confidence to come forward and like speak on a subject, like people want to listen to you whether or not they know your expertise or your level of experience with the topic.
Yeah definitely.
But I mean that comes in handy for us.
yeah and it's great because it really makes us sound like we know what we're talking about more than we may. So everyone listen to us, we know what we're saying.
Absolutely.
I absolutely know what I'm talking about.
I feel like I have to throw a disclaimer in every single episode. I've been stuttering a lot this episode, but I have to throw a disclaimer in every single episode where I'm like, hey, this isn't the news. Don't take us for the news. This is literally comedy. But have you guys heard about this fucking in 90 days or less than 90 days they're releasing somewhat of a public report on what our government and our intelligence agencies know about UFOs?
I haven't heard about that. I thought you were going to start talking about 90 Day Fiance, which I've been watching way too much of during quarantine. But no, I haven't heard about that. I mean, I guess it's kind of pretty self-explanatory, but what's the gist?
So essentially a part of and I don't know where these people's priorities are at in our government. I mean, a lot of us share that sentiment, but like, there was this in the COVID relief fund or the COVID relief bill that they signed in like a little while back. there was a part of it. There was a chapter in there
this.
detailing that they were going to release all government agencies and all intelligence agencies have a deadline to release what they know. There's going to be 2 reports, like an internal report for like confidential information that we're not allowed to know, and then like a public kind of report of everything that that's been kind of declassified and everything that we're allowed to know about what our government knows about UFOs and shit like that.
All right, you're gonna tell me what you know about the aliens. I need it now. They're asking me on Twitter that they need to know.
I need to know right
now. Put it in this bill that I made myself personally, and
retroactively
by myself.
Retroactively going to take credit for that one.
And you're going to tell them.
All right. So here's how I feel about UFOs.
All right, hit me with it.
Nobody's ever said that and then said something smart, by the way. So I apologize in advance.
Hit me with it.
What the fuck? What? Like, dude, y'all are coming to our planet. You see what the fuck's going on. They've definitely dealt with this shit before, and they're just kind of gonna like observe.
Yeah,
you're not gonna not gonna do anything.
Have you not gone to the zoo? I mean, shit. Let's see what these fucking little shitheads are gonna do.
Actually, you know what? You make a good point, because when you go to the zoo and you see like 2 like lions beating the fucking shit out of each other, you're not gonna go, whoa, guys, yo, chill out. Like you're gonna die. So personally, maybe that's the reason, but something rubs me wrong about aliens just chilling and looking at us. Like, what do you do? Like, go look at other shit. I don't know. Go fucking make another time warp or something. I don't know.
I've got a theory that I've been working with lately as far as like that goes. I think for some reason, for whatever reason, and this is based on what Bob Lazar said. Y'all know about Bob Lazar, right?
I have no idea.
No, so I know the name, but
real quick, I'm gonna just try to go long strokes because like aliens is a thing that we go back to on the Angry Barista. Aliens. I gotta mess up my hair for that. Aliens. So Bob Lazar claimed to work at Area 51 or a substation for Area 51 in the 80s or the late 70s called S4, which was like I believe like south or something of the actual Area 51 site that's on the map. And essentially at his time there, he said that there was a hangar full of 9 disc-shaped UFOs. And the model that he worked on, the government kiddingly named the sports model, or he called the sports model because of like the way it was shaped. It was like, and he like, there are videos, they're like, if you Google Bob Lazar and his story, there are videos and pictures of like, he diagrams out like just the way that it looks, like how the compartments on the inside look and shit, the way that it works. But he said
it has a VTEC engine.
It's actually got a flux capacitor.
Yeah, this is the Honda Civic model. It's just a ricer. It's got a big fin on the back for no reason.
Suicide doors.
It's stock everything's stock, but we just put a bunch of spinners on it.
Yeah.
Imagine hiring a person from New York to explain all these like insane things to the world. Like, hey, we can't let these people know like some of these things because they're gonna react a little wild. It's like no. We'll just hire a guy to do it.
Just hire me to do it the way that I'm doing it right now.
I also listen. Those crystals y'all have it in your fucking bedrooms. That shit work. First of all. Second of all, did you know that you could go to the 4th and 5th dimension simply by just meditating and fucking sitting down and fucking eating some veggies or some shit?
Yeah, you gotta eat some veggies, bro.
The 4th dimension is just a stop after Myrtle on the L train.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
They keep adding stops on the 7 train. The next one might be the 5th dimension.
The entrance is actually that one subway bathroom that you always walk past. Like you kind of want to use, but you don't want to risk it, so you just never do it.
Shout out to
that's how you get to the 5th dimension. Actually,
shout out to that one time I used a bathroom at Times Square to shit, and it made me never want to use a public restroom in the subway system ever again.
Oh, shout out! I never needed to shit that bad in my life.
Abort any information I had just given you about the 5th dimension.
Shout out, bro.
Like the disclaimer: no one do it. It's
shout
not
out to that one time.
I mean, sometimes you just really have to. I mean, the piss or shit.
I said shit. Like
oh,
I
you did?
Shit
yeah, sorry, I'm high.
Bro, it was absolutely, that was a bad time. But essentially, so this guy Bob Lazar said, the reason I'm bringing this up, right, is he said while he was working there, he got to read some briefings like in some blue folders or whatever, that said that the model spaceship that he was working on was actually from the Zeta Reticuli star system. Dead ass, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, he made that
Actually,
up.
in this report, it specifically said not to use that Times Square bathroom.
Yo, wait, no.
I'm fucking dead.
Don't
It's
use
just
the Times Square. So no, but like Zeta Reticuli is an actual star system though. So like that's a real place. That's a real star and like cluster of planets. It's just several thousands of light years away from us, I believe, or at least 1,000 light years away from us. So, but it said that this spaceship that he was working on, or this flying saucer he was working on, was from there, and that these people from this star system have been coming here for a very long time, and like the dates that they've been coming here, he claims were written in their dates. And like a year for them is not the same as a year for us because of like the way that the planets their star. So like it was only their date, so he couldn't piece together how long they've been coming here. But essentially what he got out of reading this report seems to suggest, and he said that there was a lot of disinformation, by the way, so this could be BS, but he says what he read in this report said that these beings have something to do with our evolutionary process. Like they've been coming here long enough to have some sort of say or manipulation in the way that human beings, or like the primates that came before us, evolved into us. That's the claim.
Prometheus.
Hold up. Hold up. Let me. I gotta backtrack before we go into all that. There was a lot to address, a lot to unpack there. Did he just try to leak information and then said the information was not sound? Why did he snitch on himself like that?
So essentially,
when he snitched on himself.
So essentially, he spoke. You're not supposed to speak to other people who work in these, like when you work for the government in that capacity, they compartmentalize a lot of the information, right? So like like they'll have like the propulsion people like say this is a real thing and he's talking about. The way the government would break it down would be like, okay, boom, like propulsion scientists are working on figuring out how this thing moves and shit. But they're not talking to the people who are the metallurgists or the people who are figuring out what the metal's made of. They're not allowed to talk to each other, whatever. But like the people in propulsion can talk to each other. So the dude who he was working with was there for slightly longer than him. And he said that like there were a bunch of briefings that they had access to in order to better their understanding of what they were working on. But it was regular knowledge that not all of those briefings would be like factual or would be truthful. Some of them would be false information just to ensure that if the employees went to snitch or went to leak, they would look fucking crazy because it's just some shit that they made up type shit.
I like how like every single time someone in the US government talks about the US government, it always sounds like some evil villain shit. Like there's never anything in the US government that happens that it's not like you never hear like somebody come out of the CIA and be like, oh man, you know, today I had a good day. They brought in some like, you know, they brought in like a clown. Like it's always like some fucking terrifying shit that they're always doing. Like,
yep.
Like,
why?
Up with Nicholas Tesla.
Nicholas Tesla, like the
Nicholas Tesla,
like the scientist, who died a long time ago.
Did he die in the New Yorker? Like at the New Yorker, like right over here. He lived there, and like the CIA and the KGB, I'm pretty sure were like on his floor, and this dude had a bunch of cases in there. Like he had a lot of like Nicholas Tesla created free energy, and like you know. Con Edison now is the opposite of that.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys know how a fucking Tesla coil runs, right?
Yes and no.
So, and you can do this, like, you build up how, like, or even just watch somebody making a certain size Tesla coil and hold a light bulb to it. It just shows that, like, all right, this is just basic, like, copper fucking metal and like wire and an orb and shit like that. Just put it
But
together.
it's wireless energy, right? Like it transmits.
Energy.
Yeah.
Like you're holding the bulb and you're using the current from the earth and it's the rotation. The earth is constantly in motion.
Hold up, and I still gotta charge my iPhone with a cable? What the fuck is this?
I mean, but like inductive charging has been a thing for a while though, right?
Yeah.
There are those chargers or like those charger stations that you dead ass just put your phone down on and then like, it'll charge it outside of the case. But
yeah.
I mean, but these Tesla coils are different though, because like Omar was saying, like it's literally some shit where it's like you're somehow using the current or grounding through the earth.
Yeah.
To produce
it's also
like that.
Like how I look at it, just amazing because like I'm a fucking weeb, just fucking it's alchemy. It's like a form of alchemy, and like before then, like I excuse me, I feel like alchemy was like a form of science. I mean, it is a form of science.
Yeah.
But like back then it was like magic and alchemy.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know what I'm getting at.
It's just that like white people think anything that isn't explicitly science is voodoo. That's I think that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, and it's not only that, like, Nikola Tesla said he had contact with like stars, the stars and all this crazy shit.
Wasn't this there was a crazy claim? I don't know if it was just in Doctor Who. I watch a lot of Doctor Who, by the way. I'm a fucking Whovian, bro. I'm a fucking Whovian. I don't give a fuck if that makes me not look like a rapper or like look even like a little hard. I love Doctor Who, bitch.
You have interests.
I love Doctor Who. There was an episode of Doctor Who though where Nikolai Tesla was on it, and he essentially got a message from Mars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he claimed to get a message from Mars, and it actually was from aliens, and they tried to steal him from Earth to build their like war machines for him or whatever. Like it's like a war. It was like a warring alien race that like just used a bunch of stolen and bootlegged technology, and they're like, yes, we're gonna steal Nikola Tesla to build us the rest of our alien fleet.
Hold on, wait. These things have been able to live on Mars, and they need Nikolai Tesla to build them weapons. What?
Yep.
We don't think you deep into it.
They just the story is they just settled on Mars, but like these are just like a species of aliens that are just like they're these alien scorpions that just bootleg a bunch of technology. They'll like take over a civilization and like not build new shit, just use whatever shit of the civilization that they took over, even if it's broken and old. They'll just like take those people's shit and use that instead.
Listen, guys,
scorpions,
guys.
Yeah,
y'all were able to settle
like the mummy.
The Rock? Poorly CGI. So here's the thing with those
Boulder, it's a rock.
Yeah.
Like,
you guys can like settle and colonize different planets, but you're going to the backwoods sticks of Earth and you're trying to get technology. It's just barely figured out how to wipe our asses. Like literally a couple hundred years ago, we learned how to wash ourselves, and you're out here trying to get technology from us.
Honestly,
doesn't make any sense to me.
But then again, we don't even like have the fraction of like their knowledge. So like, what if we have like some primitive ass ways, but to them it's just like, well, you know what? It's just like, it's like, let's say somebody, let's see, they're primitive, they're using vintage fucking technology. They're just like, like sometimes if the old shit isn't broken, don't like fix it. Just like enhance it.
It's like when your aunt rolls up to the function with the old Galaxy S4 and you're like, are you ever going to upgrade that thing? It works.
Literally.
I know people with the iPhone 6 still.
I know somebody who's still rocking an iPhone 5, and listen, more power to him. I looked at it, I thought I was looking at a fucking rotary phone. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. But, fucking scorpions?
Yeah, what?
They were like robotic scorpions.
Robotic scorpions. That sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah, that's.
I think it has anything to do with astrology.
I think it has more to do with like if Ed Hardy took shrooms and then had a nightmare.
I thought you guys were fucking high right now. Whoever wrote that shit was fucking off their fucking rocker.
Yo, the reason why I love Doctor Who so much is like the writing is very intelligent, right? But all of the plot, like the concepts of the like every single episode is like somebody was writing it on DMT or something like that, or something just hardcore psychedelic.
What show are we talking about again?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Okay.
Hardcore psychedelic. Like whoever wrote this is just like on ketamine, was just in a K-hole. They were like, yo, there's one episode where like there's scientists stationed around a black hole, and there are a bunch of of these aliens that they use as a slave race. Very problematic. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that.
Why
later.
is nobody talking about this?
Why is nobody talking?
Read that again.
So a bunch of scientists are around a black hole. There's this like the Ood, or what this race are called, this alien race. And out of nowhere, a bunch of them get possessed and start killing people. A bunch of scientists get possessed. A bunch of them start dying or whatever. And it turns out that the planet that they're on, that's orbiting this black hole, was actually a jail for Satan.
What? This is why I can't listen. Yeah, this is gonna say a lot, all right. And Omar, you can feel me here.
Yeah.
As somebody who like in their formative years watched a lot of anime, that sounds fucking ridiculous, Jan. Like that's the most ridiculous shit I ever heard. Okay, and listen.
And there are things like God of High School that exist. Just title.
Like we're like me and Omar out here watching fucking the sniper scene in High School of the Dead and going, fucking Doctor Who sounds ridiculous.
Bro, it's crazy. Yo, it's really, honestly, that show is so wild. I would recommend it to everybody. I was just saying to Omar earlier, seasons 1 through 4, and please, I hope this doesn't kill my prospects of one day landing a guest role on Doctor Who, but seasons 1 through 4, because of the really bad CGI, are hard to get through. But if you can get through them, God, the renewed, updated budget to the rest of the Doctor Who series is a breath of fresh air and makes a hell of a difference.
I think CGI shouldn't stop anyone from watching good storytelling.
Listen, it's like, no, listen.
Have you ever seen the prequels? What are you saying?
No, I'm saying the prequels are better than this.
No, I know. That's what I've seen old Doctor Who, and it's sorry, I don't want to ruin anybody's sponsorship here. It's fucking atrocious. I'm sorry.
It's like PlayStation 2 graphics.
Yo, I'm gonna have so many fucking angry nerds in my DMs, fucking like killing me after I say. I'm sorry, everybody.
Fucking prick.
Did you just talk about Star Wars and Doctor Who?
Don't even get me started on Star Wars, okay?
Don't even get me started. I'll
Hey guys.
You guys, you want to piss people off? I thought The Last Jedi was pretty good. All right, fucking I'm gonna have so many angry incels in my fucking. It doesn't even make sense. She's a Mary Sue. Okay, fine. Okay.
Yo, Finn,
all right, go get a girlfriend.
Bro. That's
honestly,
crazy.
that would have been dope.
Yeah.
Fucking.
No, if
but
they
yeah.
did that all of a sudden.
What were you gonna say, Rocco? You were gonna get the nerds even madder, you said?
Yeah, before I went on that whole rant, my whole point was there's 2 shows I'm never gonna fucking watch, and don't ask me. I will not watch them. Well, and Doctor Who, but fucking. I'm never gonna fucking watch Game of Thrones. Thank God the ending sucks, so nobody talks about it.
Yeah, right.
And for personal reasons, I'm never gonna watch the fucking Sopranos, even though I sound like I could be an extra on it. I'm never gonna watch the fucking Sopranos. Nobody tell me to watch the Sopranos. Nobody tell me to watch fucking Game of Thrones anymore. I don't want to fucking hear it. All right, I'm done.
What about the Gabagool?
I don't need it. I could go upstairs. It's my family.
What about the Gabagool?
Ms. Vitola, what's up?
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Come to me on the day of my daughter's Gabagool.
You're just trying to eat a pasta. You come here and you ask me to do this. Do you know who I am?
That's crazy. I mean, you should watch a little bit more Doctor Who, bro. You should give him more.
You just did the one thing you just said he's not gonna do.
Oh, you know what I'm never gonna watch either? One Piece.
That's fair.
No, never gonna happen.
That's
you know
fair.
what? I this is gonna sound very out of character.
Simpsons,
but I feel like none of it is all. I feel like it's all not filler.
You know what it is too? I'm out of like. I'm sorry, Omar. I'm not 19 anymore. I can't sit through animes anymore. Like I can go and I'll go watch the new Dragon Ball movie in the theaters. Fine, I love it. Cool. An hour and a half of just lights and sounds. beautiful. I go home, I live the rest of my life. It's normal. I'm not gonna sit through fucking 800 episodes of some dude walking around, and I didn't even get it. Like fucking, you know what one really bothered me?
Dude walking around.
You know what really bothered me, and it's on the same thing. I remember fucking for mad long. This is actually one of the reasons I stopped really like hard body being into anime, and this like really killed it for me, because you motherfuckers actually got me back. Actually, specifically Leonard Fortuna. He was like, "Bro, you gotta watch Attack on Titan," and then it started it. But
the critical one.
Fucking, I remember then after everybody's like, "Yo, bro, you gotta watch Sword Art Online," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I fucking watched it, and it's like the first season is like fucking 20 something episodes of a dude walking in the woods, and then they're like hitting on some like little girl. It's so fucking weird. I don't watch that.
There's one worse than that.
I don't know. No, don't say the fucking thing I think you're gonna say.
You don't even know what
No, I think I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say no. I'm not gonna snitch on myself. You say you say it first, and I'll tell you if it's what I'm thinking of, because somebody forced me to watch it, and I've never been the same ever since.
Zero or some shit like that.
Oh, that was not what I was gonna say. Okay.
I'm curious now.
I that's what I meant actually. No, that's the one I meant.
No, it's not.
No, that's what that actually. I like that one until the fucking 4 episodes straight, and them trying to fight a whale. What was that fucking? What was that about? It's like fighting a whale, and then
sum it down. This dude's whole life is a respawn.
What?
Okay. So,
I like how we were just talking shit about Doctor Who, and this guy's whole life.
Okay, he's like some kid going at this. He's at the store. He's on his phone. He's just got some fucking ramen. He's gonna go home and play some fucking video games. I guess RPG, like some Skyrim shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, he ends up in this fucking Skyrim ass town in some Skyrim ass fucking nation, but like Japan. And
yeah, it's
weird. Like, what the fuck? So
instead of his house?
Yeah, he was walking home from the grocery store or some shit.
And then out of nowhere, like everything is just like Skyrim.
Yo, literally, like, wait, does he get hit by? I don't remember. I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't remember. Get hit by a car or something? Like, so he's in this place, right? And then he's just doing shit. He's like, okay, and he ends up dying. He just dies. Like some shit happens to him. I guess somebody like beat him up, but he's out of pocket, but he doesn't know where the fuck he is. So
they call my man's lacking in the medieval times.
Literally,
they're like, "Hey, run your pockets. You got any rupees?
Run thy pockets, you mere fucking."
That I think actually that's exactly what happened, and they fucking like they like run up on dude and just stab him, right, or some shit like that, and then
he got it. He's like, "Oh, I have to save this like random like princess witch thing." So I'm gonna try, blah blah, and he like falls in love with this bitch. Like, I don't fucking know. And then he dies, and he's like, he comes back to the point where he was at the market trying to figure out where the fuck he was like at buying an apple from this like dude, and he's like, what the fuck every time. And then he's just like, fuck, am I respawning? And it's like literally this dude's whole life.
And that's like the whole show.
Respawn. So like each time he goes as far as like, I guess maybe like a day and a half, 2 days worth of side missions.
It's like checkpoints, right? Like certain.
Yeah, bro. And it's just like every time it's like a different set of actions did this, and he's just like, all right, so I'm not gonna do this time, and like I'm not gonna do this that time. And like,
yeah, like I'm just
respawns, bro. And I'm just like, bro, I'm literally watching this, and I'm just like, I after like obviously like the second or third episode, you're just like, you get the point. You're just like, all right.
And that's the whole thing. Dude, like it never fucking changed.
Like respawning, and you're like, every time he tries to tell somebody, he dies.
Wait, are you guys arguing that this show is better than Doctor Who, or
no? I
don't actually know what our point here is, but I like. Okay, so here's my issue with it.
Because this is sounding like Doctor Who's a little bit more fire. Doctor.
My point is that they're both equally. I don't want to fucking watch either.
Well, I think what the point was, there's shit like that exists, and even then, it's just like, this is fucking. What is this?
All right, so here's the thing that got me. It's like, what, like I've seen like, what's with the whole like genre of stuff trying to be Groundhog Day now? Like I don't want to see, like I don't want to see it. You know,
Bill Murray.
Exactly. And when I watched the show, I remember going, fucking, oh, that's cool. It's the second episode. That's pretty fucked up. And then it's just literally him doing that for like 5 to 10 more episodes. and then they fight a big whale, and it's in the sky, and then I don't know what happens. It was
whale.
It was like that's the whole thing. Like you just like if I wanted to play a boring RPG, I just play it. I wouldn't.
Right.
I didn't want to watch it. Like I just go watch a Let's Play if I want to see this. Like it's exhausting. It's not. I don't fuck with it.
Guys, so I do want to loop. I do want to loop, excuse me, back into
we got so far
music. No. This is good because like this is exactly the type of tangent I would have wanted to take with you motherfuckers. So but before we go further into the tangent, because I want to talk about video games, I just want to say, like, I do want to touch on what everybody's doing musically, like what musically is in our futures or whatever. But before we get there, video games, what have y'all been playing lately? I know y'all are some nerds like me, so you're definitely playing something a little bit on the side. What are you playing?
So, okay, video games. So actually I went through a big phase where I didn't have time to play any video games, but I recently, it's very basic of me, I'm sorry. I got really into Cyberpunk. I have it on PC, so it's not as bad. I was like, oh, this is cool. I forgot video games are fun or whatever. And I played something else, but I feel like I haven't really played many video games lately. I need some Rex. You guys got to slide some Rex over.
Assassin's Creed.
Which one? There's like 18 of them.
All of them, bro.
Do I have to play all of them? Like, I don't want to.
Story.
I know. I know.
They do kind of lose you at a certain point.
I think the past,
when so and so dies, and you're just like, really, that ass. I just did all this.
Yo,
for, like,
I think the last 3 games that they put out are the most fire ones. Anybody can at me on that. The last 3 Assassin's Creed. And that's Origins, the one that takes place in Egypt. And it's historically accurate. There's a mode of the game after you beat it. You can only get it after you beat the main story missions, where you can just, it's like a free roam, like a sandbox style, and it teaches you about ancient Egypt just walking around. And they got everything like tight. Proportions correct and stuff. Like
that's pretty cool.
All the chambers and the fucking like pyramids that you can visit or whatever as like a tourist or whatever. Like you can do all that in the game. You could climb the pyramid or whatever, and it'll tell you all this cool fun fact shit. But that's cool. The next one, Odyssey, is crazy. It's all Greek people. It's all fucking ancient Greece. You're like part god or part like people who came before the human race.
That's cool.
Yeah, super crazy. And then this very newest one, you're a Viking. It's Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh yes, I saw the
bro.
I like how the whole story is basically just like a more in-depth 23andMe. Like that's the whole concept.
That's only how it started.
Like going back in time and fucking.
So you want to find out where you're from, huh?
Yeah. Why don't we just stick you in a VR game essentially
based on your DNA?
Oh, by the way, it copies your muscle memories, so congratulations, you can do all this.
Yep. Oh yeah, you've got physical strength that you can only dream of from your physical ancestors. Nah, but it gets so like in depth. Like these new games, you're not even like going into your ancestors' DNA. It's like they're just finding bodies and shit, like random bodies, like grave sites of like historical battles or whatever, just digging people up and just grabbing their DNA and being like, oh, this person must be important, and then like looking at their life or whatever.
That's pretty
invasive.
Okay.
It's invasive.
But how long are they going to keep doing it though? This is my question. When is it going to be a final game?
They could keep going forever.
That's why I stopped playing them, because I remember the first one, like the whole idea, I guess, or whatever, they're hinting at like one day you're gonna be in the future and you got to fight this dystopian government or whatever, and then they were just like, not really feeling it. They never give me that.
I was always waiting to like finally be in a city, as like an assassin with this newfound information, and just been like, I bet. What do I'm
gonna fuck some people up. Yeah, like what is
that would have been a good start to like a good game series. I mean, not that like there's anything wrong with what they're doing, but like I feel like what they're doing now or what they have been doing could have been like side games, like all right, we got to the fucking main point of the now, right, and the future. So you guys did that and you liked it so much. Here's history, here's the like the colonization of America and shit like that, and here's you said the Greek gods, and here's like Egypt and like all this shit. Like I feel like they kind of lost us the the beginners at a
Yeah.
point where it was just like,
because
what the fuck?
they hyped it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Really, like the lore in the game and the universe is so strong. That shit is dummy brolic. That's the only
also
way I
cool
can
because they
describe
use
it.
a lot of really cool historical events, and like you said, everything is like to scale.
I do agree with you guys though that they should in fact have like a modern day or future, like, oh, if they're going into the past, why not fuck around with that, like in the future, like put you in the future, you're a futurized assassin or whatever.
Literally, that sounds like
Yeah,
some
like-
shit that I would fucking cop.
EA, please hire us for the reboot.
Yo,
Yeah,
literally, like
we can voice
we're
act
right.
for
Yeah, we
it.
can all voice act.
Exactly.
Oh shit, man!
But I mean,
I can kind of
And
do like
storytelling. I think we've all got storytelling down pretty well.
Yo, we listen.
close
If we
to
ever
it.
had to.
They get really, really close to the future shit. In the reason why I like the newest game so much is Odyssey and Valhalla. When you're playing as like the Greek gods or like the gods before you, like they're actually, the way that they explain it is like these gods were real people. They were just like an alien race that came before human beings type shit. And so they had like crazy technology and everything. And so you get to play as some of
like
them.
the Apple of Eden shit. Yeah.
You get to go to some of the, like in Odyssey, you get to go to Atlantis. And Atlantis is actually a city from one of these civilizations that came before human beings. And it's just totally futuristic. The guards are all like robots and shit. Like it's really crazy.
This is how you know they got lost in the sauce somewhere. Like just like you ain't got to do all that. Just like let us like.
They had too much fun on the whippets at the party, and they're just like,
No, this is the DLC. This is the
Bro.
DLC.
brain cells.
This is the DLC I'm talking about right now.
A DLC.
Damn.
DLC. They should have just got to the main fucking story. They dropped the whole.
Exactly. Like they were just like.
Come on.
Everybody's piling on me.
No. I'm sorry, but like, fuck them. You know, like,
Fuck them.
Like, I love the game. I have an Assassin's Creed tattoo. Like, I'm just like, bro,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You could have just gotten to the fucking point.
That's the thing.
I've got a Dead Space tattoo.
Like,
That shit makes me feel
okay,
bad.
I'm sorry. I feel like
Oh, that's an L. I'm sorry, Jen.
There's no way I'm spoiling this for anybody now, years later, after this game has came out. Like, they killed like the main character from the first game.
Yeah.
Yo, what the dude? I wasn't gonna play it.
Yeah, I know. Get over it. No, but like essentially, like, you know, I was like, at that point, I'm just like, the one thing that I was familiar with,
Exactly,
fucking swagalaga bullshit, you know, getting to here, and you just killed this dude, and you didn't even let me use him to like do some fucking cool assassin shit with guns and like classic weapons.
Yo, what was the point of like him learning all these techniques if he's
Right?
never gonna use it?
Yep.
Just I don't know.
It was
weird.
so unfortunate because they set up this whole like Batcave like thing and like in Rome under like the fucking Colosseum or some shit like that. I'm like, this is the coolest fucking shit. Like,
the people that you play as after Desmond's death are you get progressively more time as them doing assassin shit in modern day. Like, yeah, there's like every game they give you a little bit more of it up till like those last 3 games. Like they're straight up like fight sequences and like you have to straight up like do shit like assassin shit in real life in modern day and not in the Animus. But it's not like a huge deal. Like it's just in the last 2 games, it's like a big amount. But essentially, you're not gonna tell me that Doctor Who's not fire, and I'm still gonna tell you to watch Doctor.
I'm not watching Doctor Who. I'm sorry. Doctor Who, Game of Thrones.
What
was it?
Letterkenny.
Oh, Letterkenny.
What?
Letterkenny.
What is that?
It's this Canadian show.
Oh, definitely not. Continue.
This shit is hilarious. It's literally about these like hicks who live in a small town in Canada, and like the other people in their town are hockey players, hicks, and then skids, which are like the kids who do the drugs like meth and smoke weed and like vape and like play Nintendo all day in like weird K-hole.
They sound kind of lit, honestly. Like
I
think I knew
kids and like, you know, they're like little awkward metal kids, like the underground ravers, you know, like the goth ravers. So that's literally the whole premises, and like a lot of it is like it's really funny wordplay, and it's really quick-witted humor, and but it's still pretty like straight to the point, and It's fucking hilarious.
I've genuinely never heard of it. I gotta look into it.
It's on Hulu, and like each season's like I think about like 7 episodes long, and like it's I want to say it's about like 35 minutes to like 25 minutes per episode. It's easily bingeable, and it's refreshing because it's like you just gotta watch the show because their reference game is pretty tight. Like there's just a lot of like just regular just casual talk like with your boys like conversations.
Oh, the banter's good.
Yeah, the banter's popping.
Okay,
that's fire.
Essentially my point.
I like shows where the banter's good.
Yeah.
You know what kind of stumps me like crazy is this whole movement right now that we got going on with like where nobody's acknowledging at all what's going on with Netflix and the fact that they're like millions and millions of dollars in debt. But they're still pumping out some fire. They're still pumping out fire.
Fire is kind of subjective. I got to tell you the truth. A lot of it is pretty ass. I think that's what
a lot of it is ass, but like
it's fire. It's hot ass in numbers.
The stuff that hits just hits ridiculous. It's like 9 out of 10. The
Cobra
stuff
Kai
that
is
hits.
pretty tight.
My favorite is like my favorite thing that they do is just like they really latch on to one hyper specific trend like for like 2 years and they just fucking beat you over the head with it. Like their shows, like when they get into K-holes, those shows like that they just fucking get stuck.
Makes so much sense too.
Yo, can we have a moment of silence for speaking of shows, we're gonna move to YouTube now. Moment of silence for All Gas No Breaks real quick because it's done. Have you guys heard of All Gas No Breaks?
I don't even know what that's how you know that I'm
familiar, but I have.
You've definitely seen clips. When you see this guy again, Andrew Callahan is his name on Instagram, and also the guy who hosted All Gas No Breaks. But it's essentially like this Gonzo style rugged journalism, kind of like quick cuts, like zoom in type shit, where this guy just goes to these ridiculous events and just interviews random people who all happen to be like crazy off their shits. Like he went to a flat earth convention. He went to
wait, is he some awkward looking white dude?
Yeah,
okay,
awkward looking white dude with curly brown hair.
Yeah, all right.
So Andrew Callahan, him and his friends who produced the show, like the people behind the cameras and editing with him, doing sound, they signed a deal with this production company called Doing Things Media, and they really they're a production company, but really they're just a bunch of people who have money who own a bunch of successful meme pages.
I mean, what is a production company other than a bunch of people with money who own a bunch of meme pages?
I mean, but fuck that. But like all they got to their name are these bullshit meme pages, right?
Would you say that a production company is like a grander meme page?
I mean,
yeah, I mean with a bigger budget. I mean, what is a video but a meme with a bigger budget?
And that about wraps up today's episode.
Yeah, the CIA wants my location right now.
Stop right now.
I gotta go. You're right. You're absolutely right. But so he signed this deal. They signed this deal with Doing Things Media, and they gave them in this deal. Doing Things Media owns All Gas No Breaks, the show, in its entirety, and all they gave him was $4,000 and an RV. And they lived in this RV for like a good portion of the time that they were filming and dropping videos. They were just living out of this RV, like showering in there, going to Walmart bathrooms to shower and shit. Like
tour life.
That tour life just to get this like journalism or whatever. And they racked up views, millions of views per episode, per video that they uploaded. You guys should really watch these videos before they get taken down. If they get taken down, bro, they're so funny. They're so funny. But essentially, so like he tried to ask for more money of the Patreon, like because they also have a Patreon, but Doing Things Media owns all the money coming from the Patreon.
Oh, so they can't even like use that.
Yeah, so he goes to the production company and he asks them for a bigger share. He's like, "Hey, do you mind if like we get like a bigger portion of this? Like I feel like it's only fair or whatever." And then they locked him and his boys out of all the accounts, all the social media accounts.
So here's the thing. At that point, you are clouded, okay? You are clouded. You guys are already working together. Just think of a new name. Like, like you're still look the same. You could do whatever the fuck you want now. Like again, you're clouded. You basically you were in a little thing with a label, and they fucked you over, and they cut you loose. Right.
Just do an acoustic side project, like you're set.
Here comes the dubstep side project.
No, literally, like you could just. I feel like that could be a blessing in disguise because if they could deal with it with just like a fucking RV and $4,000 before like, anyone even knew who they were, I feel like now it would be a lot easier. You'd be like, all right, pick up which I would already assume that they're doing, but then again, I haven't been keeping up. Yeah. I know who you're talking about though.
They own a part of his image, so like his thing is like the awkward, disheveled brown suit kind of look. And he essentially kind of signed a part of that image away. So like
that's crazy.
Yeah, so like I feel like you can't wear the same outfit,
Yeah, but all you gotta do is just pick another gimmick.
I guess so.
What if he wants to go clean cut and like like more like presentable looking, where like, oh, okay, like this guy actually looks like he's gonna give me a serious interview, and then just completely.
But I love his deadpan. Like people will be saying just like the wildest shit into his microphone, and he's just got the straightest face. He's just like he's literally holding up the microphone to people, like.
Yeah, I think all babies should like go fuck themselves. Like who are you to fucking charge me for fucking taking care of you by like not doing nothing? I pay bills and shit. Like what the fuck you gonna do? Shit all day?
Word.
Shit all day?
Yeah, no, like bullshit. Exactly that.
Get rid of them all. Get rid of the kids. I don't want them anymore.
Thank you for that improv little session, bro.
Wow. Woo. All right, guys, and the
Academy Award real quick. Hand me that. Hand Omar that. He did most of the talking. But essentially, that's just, I feel like that's a really good lesson for us, for everybody. I mean, I feel like we don't really need to learn that lesson because we know if we ever sign a deal, we'll know what we're getting into. Like we know we're getting fucked over, but most of the time we're not going to end up doing that. That's a good lesson for anybody who thinks about signing to a label or a production company or something like that, is just remember to read the fine print and just assume if they don't have the idea to do a Patreon that you should just make a Patreon anyway and keep that money until they figure out that you got a Patreon. Don't listen to my advice. We're not legal advice.
Yeah.
Neither are we scientists.
I wouldn't give any advice. And again, like what he's saying, I'm just saying this from like watching and like just seeing shit happen over the years. Show that you can do whatever the fuck it is you want to do with whatever budget you have on your own. And show anyone who has interest in you, like, hey, I could do this regardless. So what are you gonna do for me instead of like what are you gonna gain out of me? Because you're coming, you see something in me. So I'm not gonna let you make all the rules here because I am your I'm providing a service for you. You have to pay me. That like that kind of
I noticed too, like a lot of people that I know that have signed deals or whatever like that, like if they had a big enough following before, the labels or whatever the case is, their sponsors or investors, labels, etc. They like approach them like on a different foot. There's a different kind of respect because they know like, oh, like this is just helping me. I'm not making you. I'm just helping you, and you're helping me. Like it's more of
you got to keep in mind that like they're just giving you like a bigger budget and like
exactly.
Most times a little bit they're controlling some shit. So
it's not like it's not like the label made you or something. So it's not like.
Well,
but again, I also I'm just speaking from just viewing.
Yeah, this is extremely anecdotal. I'm not.
Yeah, well,
please don't contact me for legal advice.
Well, to step out of the sad world of music and into the happy world of music, let's start with Mr. Omar. Mr. Omar, we were talking a little bit about what you were doing right now, but like, what musical projects are you currently working on, and what's the next thing that you're trying to drop, if not dropping?
Definitely Yak Mob. It's like a little project that I got into with a couple of other friends from the metal scene, like in the hardcore scene, where just like over the years there's just people that I've like known and met and like gotten close with, and they were just having problems with this one member, and they were like, yo, pull up, like let's see if we do something, and like we meshed together well, and we're now dropping like a beat tape, hopefully pretty soon. We're gonna drop a couple videos. We're trying to aim for a double feature, just to like, drop the songs with, who we are and like a good vision with like, 2 videos.
2 songs, 2 videos?
2 songs, 2 videos.
That's cool.
And then from there we'll follow up with a tape and whatever the hell else, we want to do. And I'm also working on like on the like punk metal hardcore side of things, a band called Vanity. Working on it for a while. COVID, that's literally like,
and
I said,
then
we were
COVID
at the studio. It bumped up a whole bunch of shit, and like every time we kept trying to level up, it would be something else. But like, I think we're just about like ready to fine tune a bunch of shit. So like, new content, new old content from that followed with like new content, and just like my personal stuff on Spotify, Ghost.BURNA, Ghost.BURNA,
Fire.
Ghost with an X .BURNA.
Yeah,
and it's like, I guess just expect a bunch of shit coming from each of those.
Yeah,
I've been like just literally trying to work with as many people as possible, just for like the friend value. It's just like, homies working with homies because there's nothing else to do. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out in like certain platforms, and even like I'm currently working on a screenplay / like short film.
Yo, me too. Oh shit. This is what happens when musicians get lost in the sauce too much. We start thinking we could do anything.
Like it's like when like it's, no, I feel like
I
it's
can
like
direct.
when you get almost bored of like making music.
Yes.
And, like not even making music, just relying on other people to make music.
Oh,
it's
I
funny
have
because you
transcended
go
my
from
purpose.
oh sorry.
Literally.
I have transcended my purpose, and now I am.
It's funny because it's funny because as a musician, like I always do this. I'm like, oh, I don't need to rely on other people to play guitar on this record. I'm just gonna write a film which relies on like fucking 30 people to make.
But here's the thing though, 30 people that are like, you could just pick off like, hey,
exactly,
you can do this, like you can do
exactly.
Gonna hire you to do sound. You film the way I like to, the thing that I'm looking for. You have the right color gradients. Gradients. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Color
like
grading.
Close enough.
Color gradients.
Smoke weed once, but
never ever do pots.
I think like a good, like at least from what I've studied, like a good, or like how I feel and what I've learned from like watching a bunch of film. And Quentin Tarantino said it best. It's like, it's just like all about like, if you like watching good film. It's literally
you said Quentin Tarantino, and all I thought about was Quentin Tarantino's foot fetish. I just saw a big ass foot in my head. I was just like,
jeez.
Oh, it hurts.
Yo, fuck.
Is that like implanted a foot fetish in all of our heads?
Yo, Quentin Tarantino is wild.
Have you guys ever seen feet?
Have you guys?
No, it's my best Quentin Tarantino impression.
Says that like just taking reference from a lot of like movies that you like to watch, like like it's all about a scene, not even about like everything else. And literally telling a visual story is like a proper way to like like tell the weed.
You got this.
Tell the weed.
Tell the story that you want to show. You have to provide like a just aesthetically pleasing image to like the brand of the film.
So you're saying that's what you learned from Quentin Tarantino is like
not just Quentin Tarantino, just hours of watching like master classes of like certain actors like Michael Caine and fucking like they have this table talk type thing where it's literally they get a bunch of different actors and directors.
Yeah, the round table thing. I see that.
Yeah, just like a whole bunch of those and just watching people just communicate and like their different experiences and all these different things and like certain things that they've done in their movie careers that made them like like, oh, you did this and a lot of people know you for that, and like
listen, say hypothetically speaking, if someone were to pirate a master class for somebody who was a director or a screenplay writer, who would want to hypothetically download illegally download a master class from? Do you guys have any recommendations?
Pirating is bad.
I'm saying
copyright laws are
hypothetically.
good. Please do not. No feds in my house.
No feds, but I'm saying hypothetically speaking. That's why I said, I never said literally. I said hypothetically speaking.
YouTube is your tool.
YouTube is your tool.
Because
all right.
YouTube is the eternal tool of the people where it's just like, if you want to know like now what you want, how can I do this? You're gonna go on Google or YouTube, and
The
one of them
people's
takes
YouTube,
you to the other.
comrade.
You, like if you search it up on Google, the first thing that pops up is probably a YouTube video of like how to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, pirating is bad. I agree. By the way, I'm just gonna save my ass a little bit because I kept that rolling.
Everyone
for a
go
while.
illegally download his music.
No, please.
I'm not giving you illegal advice.
Please, yo, as long as you pay me that license, if you use that in a movie and I see that, if I see that on HBO, it's a wrap for you, bro. It's a wrap if I see that on HBO,
and
bro.
he's saying it now, so you know he's gonna do it.
It's a wrap, bro.
It's funny you mentioned that, Omar, because I don't think, and I always argue with people about this, and I know this is, well, we'll get to it. I always argue with people about this because everybody's always like, bro, you just like, if you're gonna do music, bro, just go on youtube.com. And it's like that does, I feel like that does not apply for you for music and audio, because just a second. Everybody on YouTube for audio, what happened? Like, it's so bad. Like there's so much bad shit. And like, I'm sure like as a filmmaker, maybe that also applies, but like as an audio engineer and a producer, etc., like every time, especially as a singer, Jesus Christ, don't even get me started.
Singing lessons.
Go on YouTube and people are just like spouting hot ass. Like, yeah, I gotta tell you the truth. Like, I every once in a while just keep myself fresh, like to see what the world is doing. And every time I go on YouTube, I'm like I think I might have seen in my life since I started making music at like 12. From 12 until I'm 27, yeah, until 27. Like I have seen maybe 2 good YouTube videos about audio and music. Like, it is ass. But in terms of filmmaking, I feel like it's slightly different for me. And I actually, just like you, I got into like watching videos about filmmaking and, you know, screenplay writing, a little less screenplay writing, more like the technical stuff. And, you know, I've been helping Celise with her YouTube Sweet and Spooky, and I've been doing the filming and the coloring and the audio for that. And like, just like, I feel like I've gotten so much good information that actually applies in the real world versus like with audio, where like you go on and they're like, you should EQ your master with this, and then they're like giving all these like 4D chess to do something that like you can do like with one effect, and it's like, put the reverb and then you apply it to the track in verse, and then it's like, dude,
just put a de-esser on the master bus on Y.
and what you do is you duplicate the kick 17 times and put 40 parallel compressed bus, and it's like, dude, just like learn how to use an EQ. Like, what is this? Like, and it, obviously, like, I went to school and studied this for years, so it's like, and been in the real world doing it for years. So like for me, it's like, y'all sound like a bunch of fucking idiots. And I'm sure like people in the film world go and, whoever, and are like, you sound like a bunch of fucking idiots. But for me, it works in the real world for film, but when it comes to audio, yikes. But not to go on a big rant, I feel like what you said, like the people's YouTube, comrade, like it's amazing when it's amazing. Yeah. It's awful when it's awful.
I mean, there's also like being able to differentiate too, like as well as like, what you're watching. It's like, I am watching this hot shit fly into my TV screen. Just like, or it's like, all right, I'm getting valuable information from like this, which makes sense for like what you're doing, and like it's good to make the proper research.
Yeah,
and I feel like you can tell.
I hope the filtering gets better on YouTube though, because like if they can have like Peppa Pig videos with like secret messages that kids, Peppa Pig videos with like secret messages for kids to kill themselves and shit, like they got some filtering issues on YouTube for me to find the good and the hot garbage, for me to know the difference. Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
your eyes are your best tool, my friend. Your eyes is
for real.
Common sense.
Listen, so Rocco, what you got going on project wise? What's the next thing that you're trying to drop?
I just recently dropped All My Friends Are Sad.
It's a fire track.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. For some reason, really hits still. So I was like, yo, I gotta drop this. All my friends are literally sad.
I'm very sad, yeah.
And I'm really happy about the turnaround, the turnout and how everybody enjoyed it. And I have a couple things planned. I'm working on some like new sounds and stuff like that. Obviously, my next big project, no secret, is Independence Drive, which is my is my concept album that I'm not going to go too deep into, but you guys know, but for the audience, concept album about my teenage years and kind of like as if everything happened in one night. And I'm really excited about it. Very like classic Capitol sounds, very boom bap, very like gritty, fat beats and stuff like that. Not that's really a generic white dude thing to say. It sounds like boom bap. Okay, dude.
All right.
But so I'm excited about that project a lot, obviously. And then I feel like once I release that, I can just go off into the ether and never have to make music again. But I have a couple things coming up like that. And in relation to what Omar said, I've been writing some screenplay stuff. I'm not gonna say too much, but some shit that's kind of cool and I'm excited about. And for one of them, I actually designed a trading card game. Because the movie
studio on us.
Yeah, exactly. And they told me it was a useless hobby. But I'm really excited about like those things. And really excited about working on my girlfriend, who I mentioned, my girlfriend's YouTube, Sweet and Spooky. A lot of fun, awesome horror movie reviews. If you like horror movies, go check it out on YouTube. And just like a lot of stuff like that, I'm really hoping to just like release a bunch of music to get, everybody acclimated with my sounds and stuff. Working on some interesting, dare I say, drill music for the world.
There was a beat that you posted to your Instagram, and I was like, I commented or I responded to your story, and I'm like, bro, you gotta put me on this. And like, yo, wait, I gotta send this to somebody already. And I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Yo, it's very funny. I made that one for a very good friend, amazing artist as well. Everybody should go check him out. Dion Raps on Instagram. And I sent it over to him, and he's doing something on it. I'm not exactly sure yet what, but we were originally going to collab on it, but I thought my verse is trash. So it's like, just take it. But I produced that one for him, and I've been making like kind of like a line of beats like that. I've been trying to really like mesh like this New York drill sound with maybe some like older New York style beats, and trying to like really find like an interesting, unique middle ground. And just kind of like expanding my sound. I came back, as I said, from a hiatus, and just like, I was like, fuck, I forgot how to make music. Thank you. I forgot how to make music. So I was like, I got to just do something crazy. I'm glad you liked it. And you will get a drill beat to your email one day, both of you.
Oh, yes. Let's go. Shit. Well, I'm
Rest
excited.
in peace, Pop Smoke.
Pops, yo, R.I.P. Pop Smoke.
Young God.
I am looking forward to all of the shit that we got going. I'm actually working on something I wanted to get you guys maybe involved with potentially.
I'd love to.
The Shkary kids are working on a mixtape.
Ooh, shit.
So we actually have
you know the fucking vibes, bro.
You know the fucking vibes.
Yo, bro. The fucking vibes, bro.
You know
the
vibes,
fucking mixtape, bro.
So we're actually dropping.
Oh, yeah.
I should be putting more attention on this, but we're actually dropping an album soon, within the next few weeks to 1 month. I was showing Omar some of the songs. I'm gonna straight up send you the private link to the
I'd love to listen.
Album. But after the album drops, we're gonna do like a kind of open-ended sort of mixtape where it's like collabs encouraged and enforced. Like it'll be me and Zach, but like really like the idea is like we're trying to like anybody and everybody gets the smoke essentially. If Rocco wants to have one. Have you heard Shkary Kids a little bit, right, Rocco?
Collaboration is key.
Yeah, of course. I listened to all the tunes that you released. I fuck with it. That last one you released was crazy, by the way. What was the name of that one?
The very, very last one that we put out should have been Shut the Fuck Up, or STFU.
Yes, that one's also crazy. Yeah, I love that one.
I like you guys have like the graphics, like the aesthetic, like there.
Yes.
Like, you're doing the aesthetic thing very well,
and it very much feels like the sound of the music. You know?
Absolutely. Like you're the way you're portraying yourselves is like fire, and the music is even more fire. So it's just like
it's got its own vibe. We definitely caught like a particular little like niche pocket of like music sound kind of whatever. But the reason I bring that up is you hear yourself on one of those on a Shkary track type. Do you
all
hear
day long, baby,
one, bro?
Of course.
Do you hear some of your shit on it? Do you hear some Ghost Burn on it, bro?
I hear some Ghosty on it.
This is 2021 Capital. I'm on everything. Yeah, I do everything.
Call me a Nicki Minaj feature back in the day because I'm trying to be on everything.
Bring out the pink Lamborghini.
Yes. Oh, time to put this pussy to a sideburns.
I still don't know what that means.
Why put it to a sideburns?
What does that mean? Anyway, sorry. It's a rug burn. Ew.
Imagine you look in the mirror and you got a little tape up. It burns. The fuck happened here?
Yo, R.I.P. Nicki Minaj. She not dead, but like I ain't seen her in a while. So R.I.P. You know, shit. So I feel like we've touched on kind of everything I wanted to touch on, but before we sign off officially, I need to get evidence that I can get notarized by a notary public in saying that I will have my Capital collab soon. I need you to say it. I need a recording.
You got to talk to my people.
Oh,
and by my people, by my people, I mean just me trying to flex behind a different Gmail.
Okay. All right.
Capital management, one of those things. I got to make one of those.
Capital management.
No, of course, 100%.
All right.
And especially now at this point, I'm just trying to get like back into the swing of doing everything, and
collaboration is
exactly.
I'll send you a beat. I'll send you a beat that I was fucking with, and then if you like it and you want stems, so you could do some shit, like I'll send you stems.
Hell yeah, baby, you know it. You already know it, and that goes for you as well, Omar. We all gotta get some shit going. I've been
DTK shit,
Yo, we're gonna at some point we're gonna do a DTK reunion.
Is there any way we can get the critical one?
Yo, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because me and critical, me and Mr. Lens, we've been like trying to like meet up and do some shit for a while because he wants to like kind of get back into it as well. I feel like that everybody's doing that now.
It's the time to do it.
Exactly.
And
we're all pretty marketable now, like,
exactly. We're all pretty boys out here, some pretty boys, pretty thems, you know what I'm saying?
Don't hate me. You look like the Bear Jew in the best way.
Where's that from?
Fucking Glorious Bastards.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Bastards.
And Levi Ackerman. Like, I can't unsee.
I gotta flex on him.
I can't unsee the Levi.
Young Levi, young Justin Long out here. What am I gonna say? But yeah, I'm been trying to like link with him for a minute because we've been really busy schedules and stuff. But we're planning on it soon, so got to get everybody in.
Get warm up too.
Yeah, exactly.
Vaccination season,
Yeah, I'm trying to get vaxxed. Are you guys getting chipped?
Yeah.
You guys
hell yeah, baby. Can I get that Bezos? That Bezos shit.
Are you guys getting the two? Are you guys getting the 2-shot one, the Moderna, or are you getting the JJ, the one?
I'm getting the Johnson & Johnson one, but I'm telling them to do it twice because I ain't no bitch.
Okay, in both cheeks, right?
Get superpowers.
Both cheeks.
Yo, double cheeked up on a Thursday.
It sounds like it would just be a sore spot.
That's how. If you get syphilis, you got to get your shots in the cheeks, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
I mean, personally, no experience, so I don't know. But
I have zero experience with that. But like, isn't it like
I don't know? You seem like, You seem like you have that information ready. Like you're.
I don't know.
You guys want to know about syphilis shots?
I was scared into not having sex because I got told all these crazy treatments for venereal diseases for the longest time, bro. I was like, oh, they got to put what in your what to get rid of herpes?
I don't think you can get rid of those.
You can't get rid of
I know, but like that a big part of my upbringing was unlearning some of that shit. So
don't
maybe
do this
I got
or
that
you will
wrong.
die.
Oh yeah. Don't have sex without a condom or you'll literally implode.
Your balls will fall off when you're taking a shower and you won't know what to do.
Oh, if only.
And then you're going to be visited by the testicle trolls.
Who put this gum here?
They're going to have to run you down through the things as a part of like, your culture and like, the testicle trolls, believe it or not, don't look like testicles.
This sounds like the ramblings of a DMT guy. This sounds like a night.
Listen,
a weekend.
Psilocybin dreams. Man.
I'm not fucking listening to Joe Rogan either, so don't ask me.
Listen, bro. Like if
I
you
wouldn't
just hop
subject you to
in,
that.
if you just hop into the, if you just hop into the Alex Jones episode, it's easy.
Oh,
Alex Jones isn't real. You can't prove to me that he is.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him in person? I
no,
Yeah.
have.
I won't believe it.
Yes, I see him in my dreams.
Exactly.
Oh man,
So you
it's
can't
my
prove
sleep
to me
paralysis demon.
They're turning the frogs gay.
So yeah, I need to ask you something right now. How come you never
What do
see
you?
any pigeons out at night? You ever notice that?
They're government drones.
Exactly.
I've seen pigeons at night. I don't know. I feel like, well,
I'm claiming it now. Pigeons out at night in New York are the souls of dead New Yorkers.
Yep. That's so sad.
How often do you see a pigeon? No, they're chilling.
Yo,
How
Rest in
often
peace,
do you see
baby.
pigeons hanging out at night, just chilling? You know, just
never.
barely, just chilling.
I
Like,
feel like you really got to go to a park for that. I mean, we're getting really specific now. Like we're getting really deep.
We're getting-
I walk a lot of the streets of New York at night often, and it's like it's always very rare occasions that I see like a pigeon just chilling at some corner, just by a halal, like either by a halal cart or just literally on some random intersection, bro.
I'll give you.
I have a photo evidence.
The
Multiple
pigeon's
photo,
just sitting there by
just-
itself. It's like
chilling, bro. Literally chilling. Just chilling, just being a fucking pigeon out at night. He's a goonin. Goon. He's gooning outside. Like you're not gonna catch him lacking. He's like, what? I'm just vibing here.
So
Yeah,
you guys remember when they had that thing? They were like, "Yo, I bet you never seen a pregnant pigeon." I got a 2-for-1. There's a pregnant pigeon that sleeps next door at night of my house. I got it all. I got the most New York experience you can have.
Literally,
I have
the
it
most
all.
New York experience, like my neighbor pigeon.
bro. Guys, can I leave you with one conspiracy theory so we can end the
Let's do
episode
it.
with one conspiracy theory revolving around Alex Jones? Actually, you guys know about Bohemian Grove?
No,
I've read about it.
I'm so
but
bad with conspiracy
I've never
theories.
really like this place. Yes, I know. I know gists, and if you told me everything, I would remember. But go on.
So I'm gonna make it super short and sweet so that if you want to look into it, you could look into it yourself. But this is how Alex Jones got famous. This is how he got his notoriety, because he was doing expose journalism in the 90s or something.
Mhm.
He ends up getting this tip about a millionaire, billionaire, kind of like head of state kind of gentleman's club out in the wilderness of North California, where
Mhm.
all these rich people would gather every summer and they'd get together, and it's just like nobody else was allowed. No journalists
They
were
did some
allowed.
freaky
No
shit.
women were allowed up to a certain point. But like it was just these rich dudes, politicians,
Mhm.
heads of companies and stuff. So Alex Jones and this one other reporter that he worked with snuck in, and they got these hidden cameras in, and this whole the whole footage of Bohemian Grove that he got in the 90s, you can find it all on YouTube. It's in parts, like it's not all in one. You might be able to find it all
I would
in
watch
one,
all that. That sounds pretty interesting.
but he essentially he walks past mad famous people, mad people who were in government at the time, and there was like this whole thing like in the middle of the event. It was like a getaway, a retreat over the course of like a few days, and there was this play that they put on, right? That was a mock-up kind of sacrifice to an owl god, like an effigy of an owl god, and they like put together this like bundle of sticks or like wood or whatever that was supposed to look like a small person, and they like put on this play, and they put on the same play every single year with all these rich people where they sacrifice a little wooden bundle of sticks meant to be a person to an owl god.
That sounds like a lot.
And this is a
mean-
real 100% real, and he got this footage.
You know, if you get somebody
Yeah.
believing in
You know
something, you know.
Fine, Alex Jones, have your bundle of sticks. Do it. That's good. Good for you. What have
Isn't
you
it
proven?
weird? Isn't it weird though that there's a certain percentage of people in the upper echelon of our society that go to something like that every year to put on whatever? I don't even give a fuck if it's fake, but they're still pretending to sacrifice something to an owl god. What
I
the
mean,
fuck,
But
bro?
it's also just like people who go to church every Sunday, Monday, and Friday. Or
I was
something
literally
like that,
just
you know,
gonna
like-
say, like, have you ever met a Mormon? Like, there's, I think the owl god sounds pretty realistic to me. I know
That's
owls
pretty
exist.
cool too, but like I don't know
Yeah.
about the bundle of sticks, like the baby, you know.
It's
like,
meant to be a child. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a stand-in for a child. Like it's a
you
child
lose me
sacrifice
at
type
that,
thing.
but like you know, if a bunch of rich people who believe in an owl god. Doesn't that sound like a kind of spot you kind of want to join in on? Like, this is what's going on over here, guys. Like, what the
I like the idea that the owl god was like.
I just think Sly Cooper. Like,
yes, me too. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that, but I like that the owl god went, no baby this time, and they were like, oh man, I like, and they're like,
so
you got like a bundle of sticks,
and,
maybe. I could like we could do that. Like I take card, baby, bundle of sticks, whatever you got.
One of them every time they don't bring him a real baby. It's like, so this is kind of awkward. You give me a bunch of burning fucking sticks again.
Really passive aggressive owl god.
Like, Jim, where the fuck is Jim? I know he's here this year.
No, so no baby again this year. No, it's fine. No, it's cool. So just have another bundle of sticks this year, you know, whatever.
All you hear is whatever, like a fierce like owl like hawk hybrid. Just and then again, there goes Jim. He's gone. Like he's the sacrifice for this year.
That's it.
It's been a long time coming.
Man, Carl from accounting is gonna be pissed.
Yeah, right. He's gonna have to do all the work now.
So I mean, he was actually Alex Jones was on a fucking episode of this other podcast. Andrew Schultz is this comedian who has a podcast called Flagrant 2. That shit is so funny, bro. And so he had Alex Jones on an episode, and it was literally just them letting him go. Like, there was a moment at the beginning of the episode where Andrew Schultz was like, yo, Alex, I'm not even gonna fact check you, bro. I'm gonna just let you go, bro. Just go. I'm just let you go. Yo, just go, bro.
Dead.
I like how like Alex Jones would go to something and they'll just be like, whatever, just talk. And Alex Jones like isn't offended by that at all. He's like, no, that's like a normal thing people do, right? Like, no, like that's not insulting at all, right?
Oh man, yo. So let's leave it with the taste of that conspiracy theory in the mouth there.
Oh yeah, baby.
Thank you so much for coming, both of you. I mean, Omar has been here for like a couple hours already, but like we're chilling. We're gonna keep the vibes going as long as I'm here for the next couple of hours. Yo, as soon as I get vaccinated again, I'm coming for that ass, Mr. Rocco.
You already know it. We're gonna have the whole function, get the whole crew, all that stuff.
I'm going to your basement, bro.
Party where we just spit at each other.
Yeah.
Yes. I want everybody to spit in my drink. Every single person in the group.
We could sell it. We could sell that as an NFT. I'm just saying. Some rich dickhead will hear this and want to buy it.
All right.
I'm just saying.
We're collaborating on a DTK NFT. End of story. Period. Period with the T at the end. I don't even give a fuck.
If you're rich enough, buy it. Just say you did,
And it's gonna be Ethereum.
That's the closest to like our version of e-girl bathwater. Like, there's everybody in the
you could
cruise.
own that.
Yeah.
You could literally own that. Like that'll be your. You could burn it in front of 100 people, 1,000 people if they cared. If you had that kind of money, and you could literally just do some shit like that. Just do it.
Just to do it.
I just wanted to see if that light.
Oh, I thought that was like our cue. Like we're off air.
No, we're about to go off air right now. But I just wanted to see if that would work. Guys, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna bring this back around. When things are a little bit more normal and those vaxes are hitting, I want you in the studio, Mr. Rocco.
100%. You already know.
We're coming at you live. In the meantime, this has been the Angry Barista. And if you like what you heard, subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Instagram, follow Mr. Rocco, follow Mr. Omar over here, his band. Everything that he's doing, Yak Mob, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna link everything. Angry Barista. Stay angry, y'all, or not. Peace.
Thank you.